Hey bikers, please note this place. It's a very nice place they've started in Calcutta by a very close friend of mine called the Common Groom. Very nice hangout for refreshing coffee or some snacks. Please do come over, do enjoy, do start your day. Have a sip of coffee, start your day or end of the day.
Welcome to the common room.
Hi, good evening. How are you? You get me that cold coffee, my standard cold coffee, right? And keep this. Thank you. So now my coffee has come and let us start our conversation about the fuel. So when we talk about fuel, we have heard a very common word, very common thing which people say. What is the octane rating? So what do we understand by octane? Octane rating is for a fuel is how early the fuel is going to get combusted inside the combustion chamber. The moment the spark plug ignites is how fast is that fuel going to get ignited. So the octane rating is a calculation of that. In general, the fuel what we use for the automobile in India, it is usually our 91 octane fuel. So this fuel, when inside the combustion chamber, you can just go back and see the videos on the engine operating system which I had been speaking about. After the combustion, during the combustion when the spark plug ignites it, the fuel is burned. So this burning of the fuel, which is in result producing the energy and the energy to do the work which is nothing, only removing the pistons and moving of the crankshaft and rotating the wheels. Next, the topic is oil. It's a very simple thing. What is oil? Oil, again, another petroleum product, as I said, but the function of oil mainly is fourfold. The first thing it does is lubrication. The whole lubrication of the engine, starting from its components, the cylinders, the pistons, everything throughout, the whole lubrication process is carried on by the oil. The oil is stored inside the sump, the container, where we put the oil and we have a marker which we check usually. So this oil is lubricating. The second function it does is cooling. It circulates around the engine, picks up the heat, and it is back to the sump where it mixes with the cold oil and again getting circulated. So in every cycle it is basically going down on the temperature. It becomes cooler and the cooler oil is again circulated around the engine. The third function the oil does is flushing. During the process of this circulation, when the oil is moving around, this process, the oil picks up all the dirt and the small particles which comes out because of the friction of the metals inside the engine. The total lot of all this debris is collected and it is stored inside the tank, the oil sump. That is the reason when we change the oil, when we go for an oil change, when the oil is taken out, we see it is a totally dark oil. It is what we say the burnt oil. More than burnt, it is carrying the debris of the engine parts. And one more important aspect of oil is it does a sealing of the engines. We can understand when two metal parts, they are rubbing against each other, there is always a gap which is there. So this gap is usually sealed by the oil. A layer of the oil seals this gap. So these are the most major functions of the oil. Lubrication and flushing, then sealing and cooling. I hope you have a fair idea about what the difference between fuel and oil is, and that is what we wanted to talk to you about this over a cup of coffee. And by the time you follow us, subscribe to us, let me enjoy the coffee. Catch you again. Bye-bye.